Hi everybody, welcome to Well-Rounded Outdoors. I'm John Teslia and welcome to my farm. We call ourselves Well-Rounded Outdoors because that's what we are. We're well-rounded in the outdoors. We hunt, we fish, we plant food plots, we run trail cams, we shed hunt, we pick mushrooms. Really we do a little bit of everything. But that's enough chit chat about Well-Rounded Outdoors. The reason I'm here today is to tell you about this bear right here and one other bear that I ended up shooting. In the spring of 2019, I was lucky enough to shoot my first ever black bear. I ended up shooting him with my rifle. But before I could tell that story, I got to tell you a little bit about my family farm. My family farm's been in my family for just about 100 years, and it's my favorite place on earth to be. It's tucked away in Saskatchewan, whitetail heaven, in the big bush country, and there's no better place to be. We've been lucky to harvest some big bucks, and in the past few years, we've started to shift our focus into some big bears. In 2019, I was lucky enough to harvest my first ever black bear. He was a big black boar with a white V blaze on his chest. Obviously not this bear, but he was my first bear. I shot him with my rifle, and like I said, he was on my family farm. He was the first big boar we were able to take off this property. Here, I'll cue the footage. Now that you're all caught up, that brings us up to 2020 season. On May 9th, I checked my trail cam, and this big brown chocolate was all over my bait, just tearing it up. So that brings us to May 12th. May 12th is a day I'll never forget. The day started, we were running way late. I was coming home from work. It was Tuesday afternoon, and my buddy Charlie phoned me up and he said, "Hey, let's go give that big bear of yours a try." So we get to my farm and we need to cut down a stand. It's in this old tree. My dad built this stand 30 years ago, but it's my only option because Charlie needs a place to sit and he wants to run camera for me. So we start chopping this stand out, and it's hung onto this tree and it's all grown in. Anybody that knows old tree stands, you know the fun time we had. So finally we get this tree stand out and we zip out to our spot, and we're running way late. It's already 6 o'clock and we know the bears are coming in around 7, so we gotta hurry. So we scamper up the stand, we get this stand hung, we sit down and we wait, and it doesn't take long. And I could see this bear sticking his head out behind a tree, and he's the big brown chocolate Bruin we're waiting for. So we wait a little longer and he starts coming in slowly, cautiously, just like a big bear always does. And he circles downwind. The wind is out of the southeast, and our stand is set up perfectly for a south wind. And the only way he can bust us is if he comes out of the west. And where does he come from? Out of the west. So as he sneaks in, he's circling the bait, trying to make sure that there's no threats, and he smells us. And he's standing there with his 1 foot in the air, just like a German short-haired pointer, and he's smelling and smelling, and he can't figure out what's going on. Good thing that we hunt in a spot where there's low pressure, because if there was high pressure where this bear hunted, he would be gone. But this bear, he was thinking with his stomach, fresh out of the den, and he wanted a snack. So he started circling for the bait, and I didn't give him a chance. I just keep thinking to myself, and I tell everybody, when you're bear hunting, the worst thing you could ever do is wound a bear. So I'm sitting there and I'm shaking like a leaf, and all I could think to myself is, don't wound this bear, don't wound this bear. So I took a couple deep breaths and I calmed myself, and I drew my bow back.
Boom, smoked him. He's done. Smoked him right behind the front shoulder. Yeah, baby. Yeah, Charlie. That boy. Here he is right there. Get back on him. See him? Yeah. 50, that was a pretty far shot. I shot him for 50. I think I hit him perfect. Thrashing. There's the moon. I just watched that Luminok just disappeared right behind his leg.
So the first thing I think to do after I hit this bear is call my girlfriend. She's my rock. She lets me do what I love. And I know it's tough hunting sometimes, lots of hours in the stand, but she doesn't seem to mind too much. And even once in a while I get to drag her along.
Hey, Bubba. I just smoked him. I did. 50 yards, I hammered him. He's down. Yeah, with my bow. With my bow, Charlie got it all on video. Yeah, he just finished death moaning. Yeah, Charlie got it all. He's still videoing. Yeah. Well, we gotta go track him, I guess, in a few minutes. Let him die good. That was awesome.
So after about 20 minutes of the bear's no more death moan, we decide to climb down from the tree and check the arrow and just ease up where he ran because it's getting dark and we want to kind of find him before it's dark. So we start easing up there and we get to the arrow and it is covered in blood. Like,
Don't get bloodier than that. Just gross. That's awesome.
so we know we're in good shape and we start tracking nice and easy and we can't find no blood. No blood, no blood, just a few tracks and I'm getting a little nervous. So we start sneaking along, we go about 50 yards and then Charlie over my shoulder says, "Is that a bear?"
Oh, that's it. Is that a bear?
It's a bear. Is he dead? Looks dead.
I just throw a rock from here, man.
And there he was, laying there. He only went 80 yards, and he didn't bleed a single drop the whole blood trail till the end when he fell down.
I think he's dead, man. Done, Charlie. Yeah, he's done.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a beast. Nice bear. Big claws, big claws. Stinks like skunk, but that's okay. Woo! Oh, let's get him out of here.
Then the fun part started. We had to get this bear out of there. This bear is like 500 pounds, and we got to get him out of the deep, dark, nasty part of the bush. There's no roads. All we got is an ATV to get him out. What a chore that was. And to recap my 2020 season, I never ever did buy a second bear tag. I was told by the neighbor that he ended up seeing a bear I had on camera in 2019. I ended up not being able to find any of the pictures I had of him, but it's a big blonde boar, and from what my neighbor says, he shot some pretty respectable bears in his day. He said it's a booner, so stay tuned to Well Rounded Outdoors for more bears, bulls, and bucks.